Hey, I'm Jules.
And I'm Mark, and we are the co-founders of Mindful.
We started Mindful to make calm more accessible, beginning with the world's first tasteless L-theanine blend.
L-theanine is the amino acid found in matcha that helps promote calm focus. We're trying to make it easier to enjoy, no brewing required.
And Mindful Mondays is our behind-the-scenes series on building this brand from the ground up. What we're learning, what's working, and why we believe the world needs calmer energy.
Some weeks we'll talk about product development, branding, or entrepreneurship.
And other weeks, we'll just keep it real about wellness, personal learnings, and staying grounded while building something new.
In this episode, we kick off with sharing all about our new brand, Mindful.
All right, let's get into it. So, Mark, what inspired us to create a product around L-theanine, and why now?
Great question. Well, L-theanine we became intimately aware of during our J-leaf matcha years. It's pretty well known, and I think at this point pretty well marketed, the fact that green tea naturally contains not only caffeine in a nice moderate amount, but this other amino acid called L-theanine. And L-theanine is what is responsible for the different effect that most people report when they consume green tea, or in particular, concentrated form like matcha. And that effect is a more calm, alert feeling, not a jittery, anxious, kind of wired feeling you might get from a Red Bull or a strong cup of cold brew, where you're just getting a humongous caffeine dose. In the case of matcha green tea, you're getting caffeine and L-theanine together. And when they're together, these compounds kind of work synergistically, and it's very, very well studied that they create a more, again, calm, focused feeling. The cultivation of matcha actually, and other Japanese teas like Gyokuro in particular, has actually developed around increasing the amount of L-theanine that is present in the tea that gets shared.
Mhm.
Because L-theanine,
That's there are things like shading techniques
exactly
and
right. The reason all of those techniques are particular to matcha and gyokuro is because they help increase the L-theanine that is produced in the tea leaf. By starving it from sunlight, the tea leaf has to take these other measures, and one of the effects of that is a higher concentration of this L-theanine amino acid. And we became aware as well that, yeah, green tea really is the place where L-theanine is found naturally in nature. There's a couple mushrooms, or some mushrooms in general have trace amounts, and some you've heard of, like lion's mane or shiitake, like on the order of, like, if you're taking a gram of lion's mane supplement, maybe you're getting, some single digit milligrams of L-theanine, if that. But in green tea, you'll start to take up to 10 to 15 milligrams per gram. Or in the case of really high end matcha, you can get as high as 35 to 40 milligrams of
Mhm.
L-theanine. And at those levels, when you have a several gram serving of a really high end matcha, you're getting a pretty strong dose of both caffeine and L-theanine. Again, if you're having several grams, you're probably getting 100 milligrams of caffeine and 100 milligrams of L-theanine. And then you'll feel that. And again, that's what people who've had a proper matcha report, that, oh, this is different. This isn't, the same, effect I get from coffee. Like, I feel better, more dialed in, more focused, more calm, able to kind of do my task at hand, or just kind of feel more, or if you're not trying to do something, even just more relaxed and meditative, awake, but you're not drowsy, but focused. So that's where we learned all about L-theanine, and again, in trying to sell better and better quality matcha, we would learn from these farmers, again, the various techniques of trying to increase that L-theanine concentration, because we know it's responsible partly for the flavor of matcha, that umami flavor.
Oh, I
And
love
it's,
that.
yeah, and it's responsible,
My
which,
favorite.
yeah, the matcha connoisseurs of the world, that's what they're really seeking as a taste note. And then again, it's also a much more pronounced feeling that you'll get from that more well cultivated matcha with that higher L-theanine concentration. So we got to know it very, very well during those times. And in that time, you can also see outside of the matcha market, L-theanine has actually long been a supplement that has been extracted or more often produced through fermentation as a pure form of L-theanine that people will take in a supplement form as a capsule most commonly. And more you're seeing it added to various mixes, either energy drinks that are trying to get that caffeine L-theanine combo for focus, or kind of nighttime relaxation slash sleep drinks or gummies or whatever, that again want the stress reducing, anxiety reducing effects of L-theanine to occur in their products. So you see it out in the outside world, and it's starting to get more and more attention because it is effective. Study after study has shown, out of all the nootropics, to throw a fancy term out there, just means compounds that you consume that have an effect on how you think and feel. Out of all of them, L-theanine is one of the most studied and well understood, and shown to be effective at what it's stating. There's other kind of calming supplements that have been around for a long time: ashwagandha, passion flower, lemon balm, chamomile, these things that a lot of people know. But for one reason or another, they're either not as fast acting or just not as strong acting as L-theanine can be for most people. I will always say most people because
We're also different.
yeah,
Yeah,
with
we'll
these things,
synthesize this.
everyone's mileage varies, right? Like the way it makes you feel is not the way it makes someone else feel. Some people are really sensitive to caffeine, some people are not. The same is true with L-theanine. So long story short, the L-theanine is amazing, and we can get into more of its benefits and its effects and the science behind it. But we knew it to be amazing during the Jade Leaf Matcha years. And after transitioning out of Jade Leaf and uh, kind of thinking about, well, hey, what are some of the things that we want to continue to share with the world and help improve people's lives? We knew L-theanine was one of those things that seems, yeah, it's out there. People are starting to use it in supplement form. It's showing up in different products, but it still feels a little inaccessible and a little unknown to the general population. So with Mindful, that's what we're trying to change. We want to make L-theanine more accessible. We want you to be able to add it to more things. In particular, one of the use cases that I think really drew us in was the morning coffee occasion. Both of us are super strong matcha, passionate matcha lovers. But at the same time, we both still love coffee too. And we love the way it tastes. It's got a full amazing ritual behind how it's prepared. It's got an amazing history of the people that grow it and cultivate it, and the roasters that kind of bring out all these different flavor notes. There's
It's
so
got a
much.
strong community of people,
Yeah, the
which
strongest.
I
It
really love.
by far, yeah, the biggest out
Yeah.
there. It's
It's not quite there for matcha yet. There isn't a community. I mean, it's starting to pick up, but
yeah.
not to the degree that specialty coffee
Yeah, the
has.
coffee lovers out there. So many people love coffee, and coffee is great as a morning pick-me-up. But one thing it notably lacks naturally is this L-theanine that again you'll get if you consume green tea or matcha in the morning, but you won't get it in your cup of coffee. So we said, well, how do we get it with our cup of coffee? Do we need to take a capsule alongside the coffee or a gummy or something? Do we need to switch out our coffee routine for someone's blend that has L-theanine in it and maybe some other kind of ingredients they're trying to promote? Or maybe switch it for an energy drink that has L-theanine. Like, how do we get this caffeine L-theanine synergy in our beloved morning cup of coffee the way we like it? That was one of our first questions that we wanted to answer. And so that's where the current Mindful Caffeine Balancer packets come in. They're meant to be a tasteless vehicle to get L-theanine into your morning cup without changing it. So coffee the way you like it, now with L-theanine added into it, was kind of the spark of that idea. And that kicked off iterations on, well, yeah, that's cool. This is great and this is helpful. But how do we take it even further? How do we make L-theanine even more accessible? It's not just the morning coffee occasion where it can be beneficial for folks. Even in that morning coffee occasion, sometimes a powder packet is a bit cumbersome. We've been working really hard on trying to figure out a even more versatile format for L-theanine, and more to come on that soon.
I think we're We're
I think we're
there.
just about there.
Yeah.
But yeah, because again, to draw it back to your original question, why L-theanine? Why us? Why now? Because of how beneficial L-theanine is and how much of a gap we see in people's understanding and accessibility of it. That's what Mindful's trying to bridge, and we'll be working hard at it.
With our new product in particular that I'm very, very excited about, been doing some taste testing, and Marc's been working really hard behind the scenes. This is his realm. He loves product development. Our hope with this is to meet you where you're at. We don't want to disrupt your flow, your day to day, whether you're a busy parent managing so many different tasks at home and at work. We want to make sure that we meet you where you're at and support you in that. And so I've kind of been referring to Mindful as my emotional support supplement, like my best friend
There's
who's there,
literal truth to
yeah,
that.
who I
Yes.
can lean on.
Yeah.
And we hope people feel that as well. We care about as people. Something that we were nurturing at our last company is the connection to the people. Through this series, we are in conversation, but it's in the hope that we can invite others into it as well. And that's something with the brand. It is for people. It is built for people. The products that we're going to bring to market and have brought to market are designed to help people feel better in their bodies and in their lives. And so that's something that I know we really care about because we've had our own pain points with our own experiences living in our bodies that haven't felt very good. And L-theanine for me in particular has been such a game changer in how I navigate my day and how I can show up better for opportunities, show up better for the company and the brand. And it's something that I have just fallen completely in love with. And so we're hoping through the content we share, through the conversations we have, and at some point, as we do really fun things with the company and we start to grow a team and we're in front of you in real life, IRL, that we can really showcase that. And it's something that you can feel through the content. We're hoping to humanize who we are and what we're doing. And I hope that that you could feel that. And it's so unique to get this opportunity to see how a brand is being built. Oftentimes you see that happen after the fact when founders or teams are kind of taking some time to reflect and recall how they got there. It's happening in real time. And, I think with Marc and I in the level of transparency that we want to bring forward is to really invite people in to see the level of intention that we're putting into Mindful. And of course, at any point, if you have feedback for us, and I'm not just saying, like positive and constructive, I really want the constructive because that is where we learn. It's so helpful to receive that because then we can iterate and figure out how do we make this better and better and better each time. Because we have grand visions of what we want to do and the different products and ways L-theanine will come to the forefront, whether that be in various formats. Please let us know. And many people I know, like this is such a small hub right now and community of people, but there's a level of gratitude we already feel for people out the gate as such a young brand to trust us and to believe in us and to rally behind us and support us. This is the community of people that really sets the foundation for the community that we're going to continue to build. And so the fact that you're here with us now, that you're in our corner means the world. So thank you for being here and for believing in us, for engaging with us, whether it be on Instagram or even taking the time to watch us. We're constantly learning and we give ourselves a lot of feedback. Even in the different times we've recorded these conversations, we're wanting to improve and get better. And so there's things that we're going to continue to incorporate, and you'll see this evolve over time. So I think it's cool, at least for me at Jade Leaf. I didn't get that opportunity to see how the company was being built and formed, but I got to impact it in ways from that point on. And so I think it's awesome to have people chiming in around the things that we'll share around our designs or the products and just getting their real-time feedback. And so far with the feedback we're getting, a lot of people are feeling the benefits of Mindful, which is very validating. So thank you. This isn't obviously your first brand or company. You've had so many different ideas that you've brought to life and some that I think that you've been noodling on over. So there's more to come from Marc.
There's always something noodling in
There's
there.
always
Yeah,
something.
Jules and I really appreciate our combos on product ideas and, swapping thoughts on what could help people out. So yeah, there even beyond what we're doing here at Mindful, there's other stuff
There's other things.
that may be coming down the line in the years to come. But right now we're very focused um, on what we're doing here, and couldn't be more excited for what's coming next.
Absolutely.